Hello snowboarders of the internet, I'm your host Avran LeFeber, and in this video we're going to be reviewing the Nidecker Kaon CX, their stiffest binding. I rode this binding at Arapahoe Basin on a sunny bluebird day with warmer temps, slush, ice, chop, chunder, kinda just a mix of all conditions, and I rode it on my Telos Mike Rankwit with my K2 Thraxis boots. Alright, so for being a high-end binding, it really doesn't have a lot of adjustability to it. You get 3 flip tabs for the strap, that's right, 3 flip tabs. So you flip it up, slide it down to adjust it, and then you've got your forward lean adjustment on the Highback. That's it. Nothing else for adjustability. Alright, so the cool or unique thing about this binding is that it does have a 3-strap design. You have your toe strap, and then you've got the 2-strap heel strap in there, pretty much taken from a flow binding, and what this does is it helps alleviate instep pressure while still providing a performance basis. So you can adjust that middle flip cam to just alleviate any instep pressure over the lower portion of the strap, but it won't sacrifice that top section where you're driving into it. The toe strap is Nidecker's aux strap, and that will fit over a multitude of boots. It just wraps right around it. You don't have to worry about it. With the heel strap, it doesn't have any padding to it. It's one of those new age injection molded ones, so all your padding is going to come from your boot. But with that strap, when you're driving into it, you're going to feel that top pressure if you've adjusted that middle strap so it doesn't affect the instep. I didn't. I like to just feel secure across. So when I was pushing into it, I could feel that power being driven right into it. When it comes to the ratchets, these things are burly. They release well with that 1-finger quick release tab. They climb exceptionally well. You never have to worry about it. But like I said, these things are super burly. They just work. They hold you in, you feel locked in, and you never have to worry about it. When it comes to the Highback, they are very rigid, very, very stiff. It is a carbon Highback. The forward lean, even at 0, has a few degrees to it, so it's already pushing you in there. It's a very responsive Highback. When you're driving back on a heel side edge, you feel that hit and just push that power down into the heel cup, and boom, you're locked in. And when you're going up on your toes, that natural forward lean just helps you drive into the strap a little bit better. This is a very responsive binding. You feel that right away. There's a lot of power in it, and part of that is due to the fact that the base tray is huge. There is a huge dead spot underfoot. If you're one of those old school guys that doesn't like mini disc, you like having a bigger dead spot just with more power being driven down into the board, this is probably the binding for you, especially if you're a free ride guy. Like I said, it's a very responsive, stiff binding. You can just feel the power going down into the toe and the heel, as well as laterally in this binding. There's not a lot of binding roll. It's pretty much when you drive your weight on the outside or the inside of the binding, you feel it. This is a very lively and responsive binding, and you can feel that response through the rubber foot pad that covers your base plate. It's a good dampening agent, but with how much carbon's in this binding, the way it's designed, it's still very responsive and lively. You do feel some of that energy coming up underfoot. Who's this binding for? The hard-charging rider, someone that just wants to be aggressive. This is a very stiff and responsive binding, but it's not so overly demanding that you feel like you're killing yourself with it. It almost has a smooth response to it where you're like, I want to be on my toe edge, and boom, you're on your toe edge. You want to get on your heel edge, bam, you're right back on your heel edge. It just feels like an extension of your ankle and your boot working in conjunction. It's a good binding for what it is. It's very responsive. I like it. I like the fact that you've got that 3-strap design right there to help alleviate instep pressure. It just works. If you're one of those guys that doesn't care that it doesn't have a mini disc, that you're going to have a bigger dead spot, I think it's totally the binding for you. If you want something with a mini disc, then you're going to need to look elsewhere. Comparable bindings: the Bent Metal Solution, the Rome Cleaver, O-Drive. This has been my review of the Nidecker Kaon CX. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you own a pair? Are you going to buy a pair? Leave me a comment down below. Let's have a conversation about this binding. If you're new here, remember to subscribe, click the bell, get those notifications. That way you're not missing any of the videos we got coming out for all you snowboarders of the internet. And if you really like what we're doing over here and you want to support us further, swing on over to Angry Snowboarder VIP and become a member. Sure, I could tell you more here, but I got a video over there that explains it so much better. As always, I've been your host, Avran LeFeber, and I'll see you in another video.